Alright, continuing on. We've got 3 gods down. Now it's time for Ogmios. This guy is honestly one of the tougher bosses. He's kind of a big brutish melee guy with his giant tongue that he uses kind of like a whip. Basically what you just need to do is close the gap and try to stay up close. Obviously his attacks have a pattern that you would kind of learn over time in terms of how to avoid or parry them. And the gimmick in his dungeon is that if you die in the dungeon, you don't actually die. You get sent to the gutter. And there's an achievement for getting through this gutter section, and then there's another achievement for defeating this boss after having gone through the gutter. So what I'm essentially going to do once I start this dungeon, first thing is just jump off a cliff and die so I can get down to the gutter and then just proceed through there. So, right from the start, I'm just going to jump right off. And Gwyneth blacks out and awakes deep in the bowels of the gutter. Now, you do awake with about a third of your maximum health, and I'm getting charged right away by a kind of big, tough enemy. So I've got to be careful. It's obviously 1 or 2 mistakes, and you could die pretty easily. So I healed quickly with some bloodlust from that guy. And now this area is kind of difficult compared to most other dungeons, and I guess that's kind of the gimmick with it being down here in the gutter, is that there's tougher armored enemies, and they generally approach you 2 or 3 at a time. So you're going to need to carefully fight through this area. Ideally, try to refill your health ASAP. And it's completely linear. Obviously it twists and turns a little bit, but there's only one path that you can follow. So just work your way through these enemies, break their armor as needed, take them out carefully, try to be strategic about it. If you see 2 or 3 coming at you, maybe back up and formulate a plan rather than just sort of charging in recklessly. You also want to watch out for those little, I guess they're kind of like poison or explosive round mushroom type things that if you get close to them, they'll explode, and that'll do some damage to you if the shrapnel hits you. There's not really much else to say here. Just fight your way through these enemies. Try to make sure your health stays full as you go. What is my... Okay, I wanted to check what my character's skill was, and it's not really important. Now again, this big tailed guy, he can hit kind of hard, and when you're trying to engage a couple guys at once, you can sometimes get almost overwhelmed, so I'm going to regroup here and try to not... Of course, I can't hit that guy up on the incline with heavy attacks, so I just took him out with weak attacks that'll sort of track up an incline. And this is it. This is the final little curved approach, I guess, exit out of the gutter. And once I exit this area, it'll take me back basically to the end of the main dungeon, and the achievement for exiting the gutter will unlock. Or at least it should have unlocked. Maybe achievement notifications aren't popping. We'll see what happens when I defeat the boss here. I might have to open the guide and check to make sure that the achievements are working. But again, this is Ogmios, or Ogmios. He's kind of just a big, brutish humanoid beast with this giant tongue that he uses as a whip. It's kind of strange. He hits pretty hard, so you're going to want to be real careful to not get overwhelmed with damage. Try to get parries off. Parries aren't too bad when he's whipping his tongue around. Obviously, it just takes specific timing. And when you see him kind of do his punching motion, just get away, because that can be pretty devastating. This attack here, he kind of dips his tongue in the liquid and then just pulls it out after a few seconds. There, he did it again. I just kind of got away. Not really sure what the exact timing is for that, but I just kind of try to dodge and have it miss me. Now here he is with the punching. The punches hit hard, so I'm really need to get some parries off so I can heal. There, so that was good. So I'll get away and heal. Hopefully just have to hit him a couple more times here and it'll be over. And of course he hit me before I got the final hit in, but it's no big deal. He's dead now. So the cutscene will play, and then I'll exit the dungeon. 2 achievements should have popped here, but it looks like achievement notifications aren't happening. Again, at the end of the dungeon, I'll pull open the guide and we'll check the achievement list. But you would get an achievement for defeating him, and another achievement for defeating him after having gone through that gutter area. And out we come for the post-boss rewards.
Doro Renkea, Ok Rikon.
So, nothing random happened to my character. There's some strength and vigor modifications for the party, some random item as loot, and crappy weapons. Nothing even of note there. So, I guess I'll give this as an upgrade to somebody. It's better than, I mean, I don't plan on having to ever use any of these characters, but this slightly better weapon is better than what he had, so I'll use it. Discard the rest. Quickly check the map, and then we'll look at the guide to ensure that the achievements did unlock as expected. And from here we'll be heading up to Krannus, not too far away. And then we're looking for 3 achievements. Yep, defeating Ogmios after journeying through the gutter and getting through the gutter. So everything's on track, and I'll see you in the next video.